that material is available. Don't use a topic which will be broad, which will not be manageable, and for which you will not find easily the material. You need also to be flexible. You need to be flexible. In other words, by formulating a topic, you shall see later that it is good to change, maybe to bring some few changes in your wording or in your vocabulary. So you need to define your topic as a focused research question. You need also you need to read more about your research, your topic. Read so that you can be sure that you will go through, you will continue your journey in writing your research or your thesis. Because writing a thesis or writing a proposal, I may consider it as a journey to go through. So you need to read a lot. You need to choose a topic which interests you. Use a topic which is interesting to you, and that topic which interests you will of course interest others. You need to have an opinion on a current social or political problems. Current social and political problems, those will help you to formulate a topic which will also be a solution to those current problems. You need to consider a recent news story that has attracted your interest or made you anxious. Maybe you went through some stories, or maybe from the TV or from the news magazine, and from other books. You have made some news stories which need to be focused on, and which have attracted your interest, and therefore you need to formulate a topic from those recent news stories. Any personal issue or problem or aspects in your life that you would like to know more about, that also can help you to formulate your topic. And once again, you need to read a lot. Reading a lot will enable you, dear learner, dear researcher, future researcher. Reading a lot will enable you to get an overview of the topic and see how you can relate your ideas, so that you can narrow your topic and not let it be broader. Use current magazine, journal, or newspapers articles on your topic. That is very important. We shall see it later, that current magazine, current journals and newspapers articles will actually bring attention to the public to see that you as a researcher, you are doing something which is very recent. You are not BBC person. You are bringing people to the recent, to the very smart subject which is needed. Use, of course, web internet such as Google or Bing and other webs which will help you. From internet, they will help you a lot to write properly your topic. So the internet is very, very important in your research, dear learner, because it has a lot of information, and I know that today it is the tool which is very, very important to be used by researchers, because the time for books is now no needed, though the books have many information that you will always need. So a topic will be very difficult to research if it is too broad or narrow. One way to narrow a broad topic such as the environment is to limit your topic. The topic, like the environment, may be for you and or for other researchers very, very broad. So you need to broaden it. There is some ways to limit your topic. The topic like the environment can be limited by geographical area. For example, you can write what the environmental issues are most important in the Nyungwe forest. So by using the Nyungwe forest, then everybody has discovered that you have narrowed your topic of environmental issues, because you are not writing the environmental issues in the broad in a place where you cannot cover. So in the Nyungwe forest properly, and that space, that place is very limited. It limits your topic. By culture, you can again narrow your topic. For example, you can say, how does the environment fit into the Rwandan worldview? So once you have said into the Rwandan worldview, then you have narrowed your topic, because the environment is elsewhere in the world. So you can narrow it by time frame also, by saying, for example, what are the most prominent environmental issues of the last 10 years? So within the period of 10 years, last 10 years, then you have set your time, you have put your time frame in a way that will help you not to go through many years. By discipline, you can narrow again your topic by saying, how does environmental awareness affect business practices today? The effect of environmental awareness in the business practices today. That helps you to narrow it. By population group, you can say, what are the effects of air pollution on senior citizens? Again, you can again narrow these senior citizens. For example, how are the effects of air pollution on the aged people from 60 years above? Then you have narrowed your topic by population group. Step number 3 of our research is introduction or background of the study. This is very important. The introduction should be written in 1/2 to 1 page. It means at least 8 lines are enough. It should be clear and precise. The introduction should give the answers to the following questions: why, what, and where about your research. Why, what, and where about your research. Every reader, every listener, someone who will be ready to follow or to hear what is your findings, he or she will need to know why you choose such topic. What are you doing? Where are you going? So the why explain briefly the importance of the topic that encourage you to consider such topic as a topic for your research. Why the what will help you to write about the variables and what is your expectations about the topic to address. Where will help you to describe the decision to choose this case of study if before you had many options to choose from. So where your decision to choose such a case of study among so many other options to choose from. In some types of research, the introduction and the background of the study may be one-fold or two-fold elements of research. When presented separately, let me come again. Let me come again to what I have said before. In some types of research, the introduction and the background of the study may be separate. They may be separated. One can be used apart and another one can be used apart. But all of them can complementary, they can be complemented each other. When presented separately, the background of your study of your problem or your problem may reveal the theoretical history of the topic or the problem under study. The background will not have a restriction concerning the space. It could be written in no less than 1.5 pages. That is the background. In other words, the background may be longer than the introduction that we have seen before. It may have a restriction concerning, it may not have a restriction concerning the space. The background information will put the research problem into perspective. At this stage, you will have to highlight all the variables of interest in the study, as well as their interplay with the research problem, how they can complement, what is the interplay between your variables. You can even cite few works already which I've done in the area which is related to your investigation. The bibliography to be used in this part and even in your research paper or your proposal should not be more than 10 years of antiquity, because if it is beyond 10 years, then it will not be a current research, which is no needed. So make sure that your research proposal is dealing with the bibliography which is not more than 10 years of antiquity. Step number 4 deals with statement of the problem or the problem statement. The statement of the problem should be concise, should be clear and persuasive information on the subject matter of investigation, as well as the variables planned for investigation. It needs to be very specific and direct. It is presented in a logical sequence. Statement of the problem starts with such information required for the understanding of the problem. Some justifications, including citations and a declarative statement or an amplification in the form of question. The form of questions is also known as research questions. It follows the statement of the problem, but sometimes it is optional. You can omit, but it is important. It is good for you so that you can put down, you can write your research questions so that they can help you to know where you are going. So the research questions, this is another step number 5. These research questions clarifies the statement of the problem, and it helps to understand the variables under study. The variables under study. The research questions brings 3 questions into consideration. First question is question related to the independent variables. Number 2, the research questions deals with question for the dependent variable. And number 3 involves a question for the relationship between the independent and dependent variables. Let us understand it by using this example. So let's see this example. A topic or a title which is here, which was formulated in this way. The role of electronic banking on the effective service delivery in Rwandan commercial banks. And to narrow your topic, you say the case study is Bank of Kigali. You not be dealing with all Rwandan commercial banks, but you will deal specifically with the Bank of Kigali. That is narrowing your title. Now, you can ask, what will be my independent variable in this topic? The independent variable here, I said, it can be electronic banking, while the dependent variable is service delivery, or vice versa. The independent variable can also be the service delivery, and the dependent variable can be electronic banking. Those are possible, those two ways. So when you are trying to look at the research questions related to our topic, the first research questions, which deals with the independent variable, you will ask this: what is the perception of Baker clients concerning the use of electronic banking in Rwanda? And the second research question will be, what is the perception of Baker clients on the effective service delivery of their bank? And research question number 3, which deals with relationships, will put on the following way: is there a relationship between electronic banking and effective service delivery in Baker in Rwanda? Not that we are using the term relationship. Is there relationship between two variables, between electronic banking and effective service delivery? Our two variables are there: electronic banking and service delivery. So you as a researcher, you are trying to see if there is any relationship between the two variables, electronic banking and service delivery, effective service delivery in Baker. So that was an example which will help you to formulate properly your topic, to narrow it, and to set your research questions. Now, let's go to the step number 5 of your research, the purpose and objectives of research. The objectives and the purpose have the same orientation. The purpose is also called or known as the general objective, to differentiate it from the specific objectives. So, in other words, when you are writing your thesis or your research, you may use purpose or you may write general objective. That is same thing. And under general objective, you will define now the specific objectives. The general objective, which is also the purpose, should specify what kind of knowledge the study is expected to obtain. It is generally written in a sentence. The general objective or the purpose should give a clear notion of what is to be described, determined, identified, compared, and in the case of studies with working hypotheses, confirmed. So the general objective or the purpose is something which will help you as a researcher or someone else who is reading your research to understand what is your way to go about when you are doing your research, which is very close to your topic. And of course, the variables may be understood when you are defining, when you are writing your purpose. Example of general objective or purpose. Number one, you can write the purpose of my research, or the purpose of my proposal, or the general objective of my research, or the general objective of my proposal is to find out the role of electronic banking on the effective service delivery in Rwanda. Number two, another example of a purpose of research, you can write the purpose of my research, or the general objective of my research is to verify the differences in school performance of students in cities and students in village. To verify the differences in school performance of students in cities and students in villages. Those are examples of general objectives or purpose. Now, once you have defined your purpose, your general objective, now you will need to write down the specific objectives. These are the disaggregates and follow logically from the general objective or the purpose. They are a preliminary view of the research design. Actually, you are trying to cut down the general objective or the purpose in different parts, so that you will be ready to verify or to show how you will go through with your research design. The examples which are given here following our topic, number one, you can say the specific objectives of this study is, number one, to determine the perception of banker clients concerning to the use of electronic banking in Rwanda. Number two, the specific objective of this study is to find out the perception of banker clients on the effective service delivery of their bank. Specific objective number three of this study is to establish the relationship between electronic banking and effective service delivery in banker in Rwanda. Now, dear learner, dear student, if you have followed very well, the specific objectives are formulated in a way that which goes hand in hand, or which respond to the research questions. They go hand in hand. They are the same. Now, step number 7, the research hypothesis. The research hypothesis is a statement which gives an insight of what you expect to be the outcome of your study regarding the variables contained and investigated in the statement of the problem. The good statement of the hypothesis should match with the title. The hypothesis, the statement of your hypothesis, of the hypothesis of your research, should match with the title. For example, if the title is the contribution of, and you continue your title, use in your hypothesis the following words: there is significant contribution of, and you continue with your topic. Again, if the title is the influence of so and so and so, following your topic, you will use in your hypothesis the following words: there is significant influence of so and so and so and so.